Well, all right.
We're cracking.
Well, hang on a second. We're live right now, except I realized that my hotkey switched to the 3-person template and not the 4-person. So now there's Jacob. We're good
Yay,
now.
I'm in here. Sorry about that, folks.
That was
We're
only
back.
for video people.
Yeah. But for audio, we just had like a dead spot kind of. Whatever. We're back. Okay. Welcome back to the Engineers That Filters podcast, episode 81. Ever taken a week off? I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm finally back within range of Michigan. So I got me a nice cold Oberon, baby.
Dude,
Let's
I have
go.
Oberon in my fridge right now. I literally was drinking it this weekend.
We never bought it when I was there, and now Michigan beer is back in abundance. So I had to
Yeah.
celebrate.
Nice.
I'm Joseph, and I'm also drinking a Michigan beer. I'm drinking Old Nation. I think it's called Old Nation. Yeah, Old Nation M43.
Oh, yeah.
New Orthodox. Yeah, no, Old Nation.
Yeah.
It says a lot of names on it. It's Old Nation.
Okay.
But a classic M43.
Wait, so is that different than regular M43, or is it just...
No, this is M43.
Okay, sorry.
But M43 is the beer. Old Nation makes a lot of different beers.
Gotcha.
Like most breweries.
Gotcha.
But M43 is like the famous one that everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I got Josh to get me some because he's borrowing my tent while he's in Wyoming.
Ah.
Because he broke his tent and didn't get it fixed in time. So
Classic
he's
Josh.
taking mine. And I didn't let him use my new one either. I'm like, nah, you can take the old one.
Oh, you made him bring your REI quarter dome?
Well, it's a half dome. A.
Oh.
B.
Oh.
That's the one he asked about too. So I think he wanted
Wait.
like more space.
Wait, so he alone is carrying it?
Yeah.
Oof.
Dude, it's Josh. He fucking pack mules it.
Dude, alright, so I was talking to Cooper, and Cooper was saying that his entire pack weight for however long it was
It's
45 pounds. Like, this is with food and like with water. I'm just like, 45 pounds? Oof, man. Like,
Yeah.
like yikes. But he's like, yeah, man, it's not too bad. And I'm just like, all right.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, 45. That's not like the worst, and it depends on like, I don't know. That is at altitude though.
You'd
So.
be freaking tired. You'd
Yeah.
be tired for sure.
Dude, I was thinking about it the other day. I want to be like, when and if I have kids, I hope one of them's in the Boy Scouts so that I can be like that guy, that dad that brings his ultralight gear and his kid
Yeah.
carrying like bricks in his back, basically. And I'm just like, dude, this is fun, guys. And they're all dying.
No,
And
see,
it's like, I'm swinging my pack around my head because it's so fucking light.
dude,
Who wants a hot dog?
That level of flexing reminds me of this couple that we saw when Jacob and I and my friend Justin were hiking on the 4th of July. this guy was trail running with his girlfriend, and he was just running up to the summit and running back down to meet her, and then running back up to the summit and then running back down to meet her, and just like making
Well, yeah, because
laps.
he ran past us, like, that guy's fucking fast, and then the girl ran past us. We didn't know they were together. It was like way later.
Mhm.
And then we see the guy coming back, and we're like, oh, you're back for more or something? He's like, yeah, my girlfriend's too slow, so I'm just doing it, back and forth until she's done. It's like, god damn, dude. Meanwhile, I'm dying, and I can't even make up the fucking mountain. This guy's fucking running back and forth on it.
Yeah.
Who else
yeah.
do we got tonight?
Well, you got Gabe, and he's drinking a classic Wisconsin beer, the Pabst Blue Ribbon, of course.
That's not what.
I was gonna say, is it from Wisconsin?
I thought it was made
Wait,
in
is it?
Milwaukee.
You're right. It is.
Yeah,
I was.
yeah.
Milwaukee.
I was very confused.
Did
for
it
a second.
originate Wisconsin though?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'll have to look it.
I know that
I
it's...
think. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it did.
I've got a can right here. I don't know how long that's been
It
sitting
says
there.
okay. It says established in Milwaukee in 1844, right on the can.
For
All
some reason, I was thinking
wrong.
Chicago.
No, so yeah, a Wisconsin beer.
There we go.
I don't know. When I think of Wisconsin beer, I think of Old Mud.
I could have
Yeah.
swore you about to pull a spotted cow, Gabe.
No, No.
He's not that
Cows.
high class right now.
Maybe this weekend
Overrated.
though. We are taking a trip out to Wisconsin.
Okay.
Nice.
And Dayton.
Well, yeah, you just
You
spoiled my
spoiled
name.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
What the fuck?
so thank you, I guess. Yeah, I'm just drinking Press grapefruit cardamom. I had a beer though with dinner, and I didn't realize how strong it was. And it kind of knocked me on my ass.
Is that why you just woke up?
Uh, partly like I was just so like, I intermittent fast. So throughout the day I don't eat anything, and then I ate my dinner, and then I drank this beer, and it was a pint, and it was like 7.5%. So that's like the equivalent of like 3 PBRs. I did the math, and I was just like, fuck me, like I'm tired now. So then I started playing Pokemon for a little bit, and then I just fell asleep. So yeah.
You're playing Pokemon because of the Pokemon cards.
Partly, and also I've been buying some Pokemon games to play. But that's because I have the flights coming up and stuff like that.
What ones?
So I bought Pokemon Soul Silver, which
that's the best one.
which cost me an arm and a leg.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Wait, yeah, I was saying, how much did you get it for? Because you were bitching about the price.
I managed to get it for $70, which
So-
is a lot cheaper than, dude, on eBay. Almost
I
all of them
know.
are going for 100.
I know, but that's
So-
still highway robbery. Like Nintendo, like just resell the game for $60.
You would
Like,
think so,
So-
or release it on the eStore or something.
yeah.
When my parents were well, they are still divorced, but they wouldn't let us take games back and forth. So I bought 2 copies of Heart Gold,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it was $30 back in the day. I've been
Yep.
thinking about selling one of them because it's like
Wait,
it's so much fun.
can I trade you Soul Silver for Heart Gold?
That's a pretty easy trade. I'll do that.
All right,
Like I said, I got 2 of them.
I'll trade you when I'm up in Minneapolis.
Cool.
Did you want
yeah.
hard gold, but you couldn't find it?
I did want Heart Gold for the exclusives.
Yeah.
But
hmm
yeah, so I bought Heart Gold so far, and I've bought Ultra Sun and Platinum. So the ones that are still on my list to buy are X,
Yeah.
and then
I liked X and Y.
White 2, and I think Black.
Ooh, Black 2 and White 2 are super good.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get one from every single generation to play through, and then I'm also gonna buy the like the old ones that you can like emulate on the store, and then I'm gonna like finish those games and then transfer all those Pokemon to the new games. And
Sounds like a large amount of time.
it is a large amount of time, except dude, like I'm gonna have like a lot of time on the planes as well.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I have Pokemon from like when I was a literal child on a 3DS cartridge somewhere, like from 2004. I still have them.
that's so cool though. Like
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like it was the 3 original starters on Leaf Green and Fire Red. I leveled them up to 100. Thought I was a real badass kid. Fucking stomped other kids with the trading cable. It's like, let's fucking go, bitch.
The trading cable, dude. Or when you
still
got the wireless adapter that you had
that
to
came
plug
with Fire
in.
Red and Leaf Green.
Yeah, but you couldn't charge it while you had that plugged in.
Yeah.
Dude, the real play was if you had a GameCube and you had like the Game Boy Advance attachment, so you could plug your Game Boy Advance
Oh, I
games
wanted
in
that
and
one
play them on the
so
TV.
bad.
It was so awesome.
I wanted that one so bad. I could never find it.
It's still rusted to my GameCube. You can't get it off.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
bottom. Well, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Like I said, we took a week off, but we're back. Thank you for sticking with us. Hopefully you did. I don't know. As always, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. You can follow us on Twitch, where we're live right now at EWF_podcast. You can find our show every Monday on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and YouTube. So this show, we're just gonna talk and catch up because I know I haven't talked to you guys in at least a week, if not like 2 weeks. And I just want to see how everyone's doing. I can start because if you're watching the video version, you'll see I have a new background once again. I'm in my new apartment in Indiana. I'm gonna start.
You're not sitting next to Dayton. That's
Not
a
sitting next to
big
Dayton anymore.
change.
Pros and cons to that, you know. But yeah, I'm in my new spot. I'm starting school in a couple weeks, so got here early and moved in. So far, things have been pretty good. I really like my new apartment. It's got very high ceilings and a lot of natural light, which are like huge bonuses for me. I got it all set up the way I want to. The only negative I've noticed so far is that things don't seem super level all the time. It's like
It's an
it's an old
old
building.
place, yeah.
Yeah, and like I think my desk chair right now is a little bit slanted and a couple other things I've noticed, but it's a cool spot and I really like it. It's just been a little bit like stressful because I've moved a lot in the past few months, but this like big move and like doing this final thing, moving fucking sucks. Like it's so much goddamn work to like not even just get all your shit into one spot, but just to like unpack it. And I know we talked about moving a lot in this podcast, I guess, recently, but um, it's just such like a hurdle to get over to like get everything out and where you want it and like all that shit. And like shopping, I hate shopping when I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, like where everything is. Like I had to go to Walmart my first night just to get a couple things, and I was like running around the store trying to find just like hand soap. I'm like, where the fuck is the hand soap I needed, like for the bathroom? And I had to go like across the store twice just to find it. So just shit like that is really annoying. And I had to do couch shopping, which is a whole thing. But got a couch, got set up, and we're finally kind of settled now. So
Did you buy a couch or did you get a couch?
I bought a couch. I did. My friend said that she saw a random couch on the road, and I think when my mom and I were driving around, we saw another random couch, but that's a little too sketch for me.
Mhm.
But no, we went to some furniture stores, and so I didn't really think about this, but because of COVID, like supplies are really low on furniture. I guess people stocked up on furniture once stores opened back up for some reason. Like we
Weird.
found this really good one online that was like $300, and we went to the store. And the guy's like, "Yeah, it's not gonna be until like mid-October." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna be sitting on the floor until fucking October, so I guess we'll try something else." But we were able to find a store that had like a bunch of couches for like around 400, and we like sat on a bunch, and then you had to like write down the number of the couch and bring it to the desk to see if they had it in stock. And of all like the 6 or 7 I liked, only one of them was in stock. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're getting that one, and got delivered and
That's
good to go.
impressive that you liked that many couches. I feel like when I went couch shopping, I was just like, "Ooh, this one sucks." And
A lot of them were like you immediately sit down and you're like, no, like
yeah.
it's just too stiff. But basically every couch that had was $400. I sat on it, and if it was good enough for I didn't have to do couch shopping anymore, then wrote down the number. And this one, like, it wasn't my first pick, but like it's good. It's a couch. It's good enough. Once I have a coffee table I can put my feet on, it'll be a lot better. But I'm not complaining too much. I'm just glad I have an actual place to sit in my apartment. So
That does make a big difference instead of probably. What do you have? Do you have a breakfast bar there?
yeah, it's a little bit short, but we got a couple like cheap bar stools at Walmart, so I usually eat like lunch there, and then I'll bring dinner and eat on the couch for midnight. So
Yeah.
I mean, Joseph knows, like when I eat dinner, me and Joseph ate on the couch 95% of the time. So.
Yeah, well, that was partly because of if you said the lighting at the what was it, breakfast bar sucked dick.
Yeah.
It was too harsh. I didn't like it.
Well, I like watching stuff or listening to stuff when I eat.
Yeah.
My mom's like, "You want a dining table?" I'm like, first off, where are we gonna put it? It's like it's a small apartment. Second, knowing me, I'm never gonna use it. Like it would just sit there, and
I was gonna say right now we have a dining table and one chair, one folding card chair for it.
I don't think we've ever used it for eating.
Well, because we don't have any chairs.
Yeah.
It's
but
just
if you did, would you have like a family dinner at the table?
No, but I would eat there. I would rather eat there than on the couch usually.
The bar seats are fine. I like that.
Yeah.
About
I'd rather sit in a chair than at a bar if I can, though.
I'm with Gabriel. Something about eating like on a bar stool I've grown accustomed to for some reason. And that is kind of like.
I mean, it's not bad if there's a back to it. That's the big thing. Is I like to sit semi back. The couch is too far because then like your shit's over in front of you or on your lap.
That's why you freaking hunch over like a gremlin and just shovel the food in the mouth.
That's what I end up doing more often than not.
But it's been nice having it's like my first place that's completely my own, because like Joseph, like when you left, I had the apartment to myself, but it wasn't like I could do whatever I want with it. And same with date and spot in
Yeah.
June, you know. And it's been cool to just like, you can see in my back, I got my decoration set up in my man cave-ish room. I got my
You mean your kitchen?
no, this is the back room. This is the fun
Oh
room.
yeah.
My kitchen is where my bed is. All right.
Yeah.
You sleep
As
on the
most
oven.
people.
Of course. But I put my Google Home in the kitchen so I can like play music or listen to podcasts while I'm cooking, which is super nice. Just like little stuff like that. We're just like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like put my bed in the kitchen. No one can give me shit for it unless they come over.
We will give you shit for it, but
Yeah, I'm telling you, it works so much better.
I just noticed your Widowmaker sign in the
Our
shop.
sign.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that you had one of those.
Yeah, I bought it when I was leaving tech last summer, I guess, or 2 summers ago. I like it.
I do
It's a
too.
nice little accoutrement. But
Definitely.
yeah, things have been a little bit weird this week though, because I have literally nothing to do until orientation starts, which starts this next week. But I've had like some emails and like just random online shit. But it's like I've just been sitting around the apartment watching anime and just like watching random shows and shit.
Why
like,
don't you go explore your city? You're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah, you got a whole new area, dude.
Peyton, there's nothing to explore. Like, think of like Houghton, right? But flat, and there's nothing around it. Like there's no like hikes, there's no trails, there's no mountain biking.
But
It's
there's
just flat. There's like one river trail I want to like run on and stuff. But and like, you know,
but there's
can't
still
really
like a downtown.
yeah, and like it's weird. Like, so this is another like twin cities situation where I'm in Lafayette, and then West Lafayette is where Purdue is, right? And that's more like college feeling, I guess. Like it's more like quote unquote young. Where I live in Lafayette, it's more like an actual like town, and it's very like wide. It's not very tall, if that makes sense. Like if you think of like Minneapolis, it's like a main city, so there's like a lot of skyscrapers. Lafayette is just very just wide. Like there's a lot. It's very a large surface area, but not a lot going on as far as like, I don't know, businesses, I guess, or corporations. So like I've driven around it a bunch. I've had to like go to the store and stuff, but there's nothing like super exciting about it. I wish I could go to like bars or stuff like that, but it's just like with COVID, I can't, nor would I really want to do that kind of stuff right now. So it's just kind of a weird time to be alive. Not even just because I'm in a new spot, but also just because of COVID. Like exploring is kind of on the back burner right now. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm sure things will get better over time. Obviously, I'm here for 5 years, so you know things will improve. But
you signed a 5-year lease on that apartment?
dude, you could probably
5
get
years
some freaking cut rate.
Oh, I bet.
Honestly,
monthly payments.
I'm hoping the next time, if I like this place for the whole year, if I could sign like a multi-year deal afterwards, 'cause I don't want them to fuck me on like increasing the rent every single year.
Yeah, yeah, lock you into like a freaking bottom dollar deal for 4 years.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like there are a few like things about this place that are like aren't perfect, but like no place is gonna be perfect. But I mean, I so far so good. So if I like it, you know, lock it in, baby.
What do we say about things, Jacob?
I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Is it good enough for
the?
Who's gonna finish it?
Yeah, the girls I date.
Yes. Is it good enough for the girls you date, Jacob? That is the real question.
It's more of a knock on myself.
Why don't you want to say that on the podcast?
Yeah.
It's like taken the wrong way. It's very derogatory.
Joseph, didn't you say that in front of your girlfriend a couple times? And she's
a lot
like,
of times.
What the fuck are you saying? Like,
I say that to her often.
Dude, if people like take that the wrong way, that's on them. Like whatever.
Yeah.
At work the other day, someone said "good enough for who it's for," and I almost said, "Yeah, well, you know what I like to say."
You should have corrected him.
I've been using the term. So me and Tim, we go on walks at lunch, and it's been pretty warm lately. If you haven't noticed, you guys aren't in the Twin Cities, but it's been warm here lately. And Tim is he didn't coin the term. He uses the term swamp ass a lot, like when you get really sweaty. So I've been using it a ton, and then every now and then I'll like catch a coworker completely off guard. Like Oh yeah, I'm about to get some major swamp ass.
Dude, you gotta hit him with the monkey butt too.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get some major monkey butt from this.
I shortened it to just swass because that's what it is.
Swass.
Sweaty ass.
I'm a big fan of the term.
But yeah, that's enough about me. What have you guys been up to recently?
Oh my god.
I can go to Dayton first. Dayton, I used to been on a big adventure this last weekend.
Yeah. So my friend that we went hiking with in July with Jacob and I, we went back up to the Whites, and we did what's called the Presidential Traverse, which in the White Mountains there's the Presidential Mountain Range, and there's a whole bunch of mountains in it, and the tallest one being Mount Washington, which that's probably like the most famous one out of them. It's like the one that has like the auto road up to the top, and people always get like the stickers that say, "This car drove up Mount Washington," blah blah blah. So that's one of like the mountains that it hits, and we tacked on another one of the presidential peaks onto it, and we trail ran this, and it was 22 miles long, about 9,500 feet of elevation gain, and towards like the last like 2 miles we were just like absolutely like hobbling down the hill. Like it was absolutely brutal, and I'm just waiting for it to turn into type 2 fun, because so for the people who don't know what type 2 fun is, there's type 1 fun where you're really like just enjoying it in the moment, you know, like it's just like spending time with the boys, like you're just really enjoying it. Type 2 fun is like, man, this really sucks in the moment, but I know that I'm going to look back onto it fondly. Sort of like a Stockholm syndrome type of fun.
Yeah. Of course.
It's my favorite kind of fun.
Except I think that's
why I did cross country for 4 years in high school.
Yeah, honestly, like that's a very good example of it. Like I feel like a lot of physical activities end up being like type 2 fun. And then I think that this trip really was probably closer to a type 3 fun, where it's like the misery is still very apparent, except I can also you know acknowledge that it was a feat, and that it was a little fun, if not very painful.
So you did 22 miles. That was in one day.
Yeah.
That's with all the elevation. That's definitely harder than a marathon. It's got to be.
Depends on how flat the marathon is.
Yeah,
there's no marathon that does 9,500 feet of elevation.
Yeah, so Joseph, you haven't hiked in the Whites yet. Jacob's hiked in the
I
Whites.
haven't hiked.
Jacob,
well, I did hike elevation one time, but I was pretty young. So
yeah, so Jacob, imagine like the first day's hike, right?
Yeah.
Where you just like you're climbing up boulders for like a few thousand feet. It was that for 4,000 feet, pretty much straight up, and then we hit the Alpine zone, and then it was like probably like another 500 feet to the next peak, and then I broke one of my trekking poles.
Really?
So then I was down to one, and then not even 1 minute later, Justin broke one of his trekking poles. So both of us were down to one trekking pole after hitting one peak. Except with that said, we had gotten done with a lot of the climbing for the day, but yeah, it was a lot, definitely harder than a standard like road marathon.
Was this the same trail I was supposed to do with you guys when we were there?
No.
Oh, okay. Like,
no, God,
we were gonna do Washington, and we
we were gonna do Tuckerman Ravine, which does go up to the top of Mount Washington, but yeah, definitely not nearly as much. I think that was only like maybe like it would have been like a 6 mile one way, so like a 12 mile total hike.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, dude, it would have been really hard, but
yeah. Oh, you guys are crazy though, man. I cannot believe you did that. 22 miles. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and you know, we ran a somewhat decent amount part of it. I mean, like none of the uphills. We didn't run any of the uphills because like you're literally scrambling over boulders. But we ran quite a bit of the flats and the downhills, at least until our quads started giving up.
Sounds like a blast.
But yeah,
I
so
am
that's what
jealous
I
of you guys. What was that, Jacob?
Type 3 fun.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was definitely type 3 fun. We definitely
sure.
dropped a lot of jokes on, aw, damn, it'd be a real shame if I just slipped and fell off this cliff right now. It'd be a
Jesus
friggin'
Christ.
way faster way to get down the mountain, that's for sure.
True.
Is that all you guys did was that one day, and then you're just like nothing else? There's no way you hiked the next day.
Dude,
right?
would you
No.
want to do anything the next
No,
day?
dude,
I
so-
wouldn't, but these guys are fucking crazy.
Dude, so to put it into perspective, my legs are still sore from it, and it's been so we did it on Saturday. It's now Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, almost 5 full days. My quads are almost fully recovered now, but my calves are still pretty sore. But with that said, I did go on a run on Tuesday, and I played soccer yesterday, so it's
Yep.
regardless, it is a lot of exertion. I think my watch said that we burned like 5,000 calories from that one activity. So I think for the
Must have-
day we were at like 6,500 calories or something.
You must have ate like kings that night.
Oh, dude, we ordered pizzas and we each devoured a large pizza by ourselves, and then we each had beer as well. So
Wow.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you survived, and I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Gabe, you mentioned before the podcast that you've been going to a gym, which I hadn't heard about recently. I was curious for you to talk about more, like, what's it like going to a gym right now?
Yeah, I don't fucking walk 22 miles or run 22 miles, but holy shit, have I been sore. I lifted pretty consistently for probably 8 months, and then 8 or 9 months, then COVID happened. So I took pretty much a 5-minute break. I did a little bit of a workout.
So you had that
Quotes.
water jug that you
Yeah, I literally use like a Ice Mountain water jug as like a dumbbell, because dumbbells are extremely expensive on eBay right now.
Mhm.
Obviously, like same thing like webcams and stuff, that the demand is higher, so they cost more. So I bought that, and I bought a fucking elastic like exercise band, which is honestly was ass. But I did that for I don't know 3-4 months.
Wait, the band was ass or the workout was ass?
Yeah, the band sucked because like it only had like you only like felt the weight when there was tension, right? So like half the movement was kind of wasted just getting to the tension part. It sucked. So I was like, "There's a gym by me. I'm just gonna sign up. I'm gonna go." And just for some perspective, on today's Thursday, so on Monday, I went and I was like, "I'm gonna start over my routine. I'm gonna see where I'm at." And I was 15, 20 pounds behind on at least on every exercise. And I am still sore from Monday's workout. And I've been working out every day since. So my whole body just fucked right now. I just came back from leg day, which I never did any exercises for my legs for 5 months straight besides
Dude.
walking and biking.
Get ready. You're going to be hobbling for at least a week.
Oh, I know.
kind of.
And like this weekend, we're going to a lake, and like, oh, let's do some water skiing. I fucking love water skiing, but that's very leg heavy.
No,
Dude,
You're not gonna be able to walk.
I couldn't finish my exercise today because I do like you do a bunch of exercise on your legs. I do like squats, leg extensions, hamstring curls on machines, and then I do like just body lunges with like some light weights. And first set of my squat, I pulled a fucking muscle, like just immediately. So I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. So that's been fun, but the environment, I guess, like as far as like COVID goes, it's been really weird. It makes me a little bit nervous because there's not a lot of people actually wear their mask when they're like working out, which like I get it. It's not comfortable. Like you're sweaty and like the sweat gets on your face and it just gets super hot. It's not comfortable. So that kind of worries me a little bit because like obviously I'm increasing my risk of getting it. and I do not have 2 weeks of vacation to take.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing is, like, the ventilation of that room is that building is very good. And there's really only a few people that go. There's probably 8 people, 9 people max at any given time. Today, I think there was 4 people around. But the shitty part about that is all the people that are going are the people that are like shredded and haven't quit. So I'm like coming back, like struggling to do something I could do easily, like in my fucking sleep, like 6 months ago. And there's these people that like just completely jacked, completely in shape. Like,
dude, I guarantee you that they're more worried about them losing freaking like 10 pounds on their bench press and anything else.
Like getting COVID.
100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing too, is like I said, it was probably I'm one of the very few people that does wear a mask, so that does spook me, but I do my best to not touch anything, like stay away from people when I can, and whatever. But it kind of became a point where I, like, now that I have worked out, like my mental health has gotten a lot better, not just like my physical. Well, my physical body is fucked right now, but mentally I felt a lot better. Like I've felt like I've been in a lot better mood and sleeping a lot better. I was so tired, I like passed the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's like a pro con thing. It took me a while to like actually go back, but it does feel good to be back. Even though,
like you said, with that few people, and I'm sure they're sanitizing a lot. Like,
yeah,
I'd hope that your rate of infection would still be pretty low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and like as long as you like disinfect before you use some equipment and after, and as long as most people do that, you're generally fine.
Yeah, and the people are pretty good about that stuff too. Just, I mean, when you're working out, obviously you're breathing harder, so you have that risk of infection, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been good. Like I feel like I'm getting a lot. I don't know. It's been good and bad because I weighed myself for the first time in 5 months, and I gained a decent amount of weight that I didn't notice. Like I gained roughly 7 pounds, 8 pounds. I don't know where it went, honestly. Like
Your gut.
Probably.
Joseph
immediately.
It's a little noticeable.
Great.
You're rocking that beer gut.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, there's no way that 7 pounds is enough to be classified as a beer gut.
I definitely do not have a beer gut, but it's
more
than what it was. I'm not like so skinny you can see my fucking ribs anymore. I'll get it back. I know I'm not too worried. I stopped drinking beer during the week. This is the first beer I've had all week.
That's honestly a big change.
Yeah, and I've noticed too, like because of like quarantine and not being able to do a whole lot after work, I've been just like, oh, let's have a couple beers. So I think that's gonna be huge. And
they add up.
I mean, I usually end up walking like almost 3 miles a day. Really, like I do 1.5 miles at lunch and. Well, it's like 2.8 miles total, but like then I walk to the gym and walk back. So with all that exercise, I'm pretty sure I'll go back down to where it was.
Gabe, managing your weight is a lot like playing golf. The lower the better, but you have a lot more fun if you don't keep score.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was the first time ever in my life where I was like, that's more than I want to be.
Yeah.
For sure. So what's this weekend trip you guys are talking about?
So
go ahead, Joseph.
Our roommate's girlfriend is a local, and her family has a cabin somewhere. I don't know where it is. I know it's about 2 hours outside of where we are. That's about all I know. I know Tim said where, but I wasn't. But I don't know. It's some cabin on a lake, and so we're gonna go for the weekend and hang out, drink some brewskis, hang out on the boat, and yeah, that's my entire plan. So
that sounds fantastic.
I'm pretty stoked. I haven't water skied in like 2 years, So
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
and I've heard that was on the agenda. So
It is on the list.
I'm pretty stoked.
Mhm.
I don't know why, but it seems like the majority of native Minnesotans have a cabin somewhere. Like,
Well,
it's
there's
insane.
10,000 lakes, so
It's not even in Minnesota. It's in Wisconsin.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
Like, so like I feel like all my friends growing up, like every third or fourth friend, like, oh, we got a cabin. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean it depends on like the kind of cabin too, because like there's a difference between my parents' quote cabin. I wouldn't call it a cabin; it's a second home, and like Josh's deer camp, right?
Yeah.
You know, where it's like no running water, no electricity. You know, you're there. There's an outhouse. You know, and that's about it. You drink beer and shoot guns.
So speaking of Josh, what are they doing right now? Because you mentioned earlier they're in Wyoming, and
Yeah,
I
so
saw
they're
Cooper sent us a Snapchat of them peeing on the side of the road.
yes.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
what is going on?
So they're camping in the Teton Mountains, which is French for titties. Fun fact. And they're hiking in the Booby Mountains right now. And they went to visit one of our friends from school who lives out there. So I think they're gonna go whitewater rafting at the end. I think was the plan.
That's cool.
And I think Tristan was gonna
They're already gone.
show them around. But they should be back this weekend, I think. So
Cool. Did they try to get Mellies again?
no, that's in Colorado.
What were they waiting outside for? I saw
That
on a
was
Snapchat.
just to be able to backpack. You have to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so they didn't get you need to reserve a spot like months in advance there,
Really?
but they also have some as day passes. They have like 40 day passes they have reserved. So that's, first come first serve. So they say most people get there at like 7:30 to wait in line. And so they got there at like I think they try to get there at like 6:30 so that they would be sure, because when you're with like multiple people, you want to be sure that all of you get a pass, because if
Yeah.
two of the three people get a pass, then you're fucked, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what
Okay.
they were waiting in line for.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
Sounds like something
Yeah.
they would do.
sounds pretty fun.
I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I've been watching recently because, as I mentioned, I've had a lot of free time, and one of the things I've been watching is Drake and Josh, baby. The majority of that show is on Hulu, and I gotta tell you, it holds up. Okay, Drake and Josh is a fucking national treasure of a show.
My
Um,
God.
the sad thing is though, so it's only on Hulu, and
Mhm.
they're like missing like 9 or 10 episodes. There's like random episodes that are just gone. I think it's because of music licensing. They couldn't get the rights to stream them. But like some of the best episodes, like the Blues Brothers and the Gary Foreman Grill, like classic fucking episodes, are not on Hulu, which sucks. But it's still just like it's very nostalgic. Obviously, I mean, I know Dayton didn't, but like Joseph and Gabe, I assume you guys watched Drake and Josh when you were kids.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's super nostalgic, and honestly, the humor is pretty good. Like Josh, in and of himself, he just kills me every single episode. But and like some of it's kind of there's a few jokes where it's like, okay, that wouldn't fly in 2020, but not too many of them, thankfully. And
I was gonna say it's also a kids show, so it's not like
Yeah.
like how much controversial things could they possibly say?
right.
You know?
What's funny though is like so in the show they're in high school, and I
Mhm.
feel like when we were watching it, we were probably in middle school, maybe early high school, and
Yeah.
it's funny after going through high school how clean the show is, because like
Yeah.
we know how high schoolers are. Like they're not like there's no swearing in the show. They barely talk about. They never say like hooking up, or they say like kissing is like the word for like sex. If they even have sex, there's like no sex in the show talked about or even hinted at. It's like, oh, do he kiss that girl? Oh, they're gonna go kiss. Like, it's just so funny. Where it's just like this like super like uh I don't know, like clean. It's just clean. It's hilarious, but it's still a fun show to watch.
Yeah,
It's
but like when we were, I remember when I was watching, it's like, oh my god, they're gonna kiss.
I know.
Like it was like that's what you do in high school. That's what everybody does.
That's what grown-ups do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just great though, and like Megan is the fucking worst, man. I remember her being a bitch, but she is the worst. She just also, how does she get the money to fund all these inventions that she's constantly using to prank Drake and Josh with? I don't know where this money's coming from, you know? Like
It's
it's
Probably
insane.
steals it from her parents, dude.
Probably. But yeah, if you're in a mood for some nostalgia, go watch Drake and Josh because it fucking holds up. And then the other thing I rewatched was Interstellar because I just hadn't seen it in a while. God damn it, guys! That movie is so fucking good. Like,
dude, I remember watching it in theaters.
Yeah,
That would
was
be so cool.
that
I
was
watched
pretty
it in
awesome.
IMAX, I think, and it was insane. But
I
even
remember
like,
walking out and being like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" Like, that was like the sound design alone, like in a theater with it just booming. Oh
Mhm.
man,
That Hans
music is
Zimmer,
nuts.
Hans
I
Zimmer
forgot
music.
how much organ was in it. It's mostly organ,
Hmm.
yeah.
and it's super haunting and like just hits you. And like, I cry so many times in that movie. Like the part where he's watching his kids grow up, like in
Mhm.
like real time or whatever. It's the replay it kills me. And like, there's just so many moments, and just knowing like it's all based on real science is like just super cool.
Mhm.
And the relativity shit, like it's just what a fucking amazing movie. God damn.
Dude, I watched that movie with a friend from high school. We were driving down to Florida for spring break for our senior year. We watched it on this shitty Galaxy S3, which was old then. It only had 3G, and it was in
Oh,
a
dude.
traffic jam.
Not even worth it.
Each of us had one earbud. It was a fucking 480p rip of the movie.
Oh my god.
And it buffered every fucking minute, I swear.
Oh,
You just
man.
like pause and wait and get, ooh, there's a little bit more. This is
I'm
the
surprised
worst
Christopher
way to
Nolan didn't
watch
come
it.
down and beat your ass himself, dude.
And it was still a good movie. It was just like the circumstances watching it are just more memorable than the movie itself for me because they were so bad.
Well, I remember like the biggest criticism of that movie is people like, oh, the whole love thing, love is a dimension shit is like pretty cheesy. And it is, but I caught it on this watch. Like, so Anne Hathaway like says that line where she's like, love can travel across dimensions. And it was like, okay, whatever. But then
Mhm.
after that theme keeps coming back. I didn't really realize, and I think it's not about love. It's like the connection between people, and just like human connection, right? Is the most
Mhm.
important thing. Like she says that she wants to see the guy she's in love with, but then you go to Matt Damon's character, and he's like, I just needed to see a human face again, so I lied and said my planet was good. Sorry,
Mhm.
I'm spoiling the movie, but he just needed a human connection. And then, of course, the end when Matthew McConaughey needs to tell his daughter the data, the quantum data. That's that connection that binds them. And when I was watching the movie over and over again, I'm like, this is weirdly relevant to like right now. Like, there's a lot of like pandemic, like parallels, like in the world of Interstellar. Like, it's not a pandemic that like kills everyone. It's like they ran out of food, which caused a bunch of wars and people got kind of wiped
Well,
out.
it's because all the crops are dying of diseases, so they can't grow a lot of crops anymore because
Yeah.
like diseases have just been wiping them out. So it's not far
So, like,
off.
the population like got super diminished, and they're not like training engineers anymore because they just need farmers. Not that part of it's really cool, but just like the state of crisis is similar to like the world right now. And the funny thing is like there's like a dust storm. Like, all right, everyone, masks on. I'm like, this guy gets it. He's wearing a mask. But then it's just like that longing for human connection that I feel like a lot of people are going through right now with COVID, where it's like you can't really see a lot of people, and
Mhm.
you can't do what you want to do, and it's just not, things aren't how you want them to be. So watching it, it was really weird. I'm like, God, this movie is like, it's a little too relevant for me right now, and it was making me feel things I didn't really want to feel. Because I've been a little bit lonely this week, but it's still just, it's so fucking good. Watch Interstellar, people, if you haven't seen it.
I like the memes from it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like the movie, and I really like the
It cost us 51 years.
yeah, or the one where Tars is like spinning like crazily
Dude, I
in
love that
space.
robot so much.
Dude,
And
Tarzan
then-
Case are the fucking MVPs of that movie.
Dude, I just freaking love the one where like it's like a kid who's on like a go-kart and he's like he just comes into frame and he's like going around in circles like
Oh,
doing
yeah, yeah.
donuts like completely out of control. His head flops back and like the Interstellar music starts. And it's just like it's so
Dude, I saw that meme like
perfect.
2 days ago. It's so good. Yeah, and like Tarzan Case, the robots are just like, great. And also it's like for your comedic relief too. Like the whole like what's your honesty parameter at, like all that bit is great.
Mhm.
God damn it. And then Joseph, I also rewatched Booksmart. Another fantastic movie.
I watched the second half of that with you.
Yeah, you watched part of it with me. God damn it, what a great movie. It's just super funny and very wholesome and like maybe not wholesome the right word, but it's very like heartwarming, I guess.
Yeah.
And a great like coming of age story, high school, stuff.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Love it. Have you guys been watching anything good recently?
We watched Jurassic Park.
Dude, we've been
last
watching
weekend.
a lot of classic movies.
Okay, I don't think you can call The Matrix a classic. It's only
Matrix-
20 years old.
it's
It's a classic.
We're older than The Matrix.
It's a classic, Joseph.
It's revolutionary. I agree. I had this conversation with my dad earlier today when I was driving home from work.
So you're prepared.
Well, no, because he asked me what I've been up to, and I said we've been watching classic movies. And then I said The Matrix. No, and then I was like, wait a second, is that really a classic? So I started thinking about it. Jesus Christ, let me fucking talk. So like, I think it's a classic because like, obviously I was 3 years old when it came out, so I couldn't watch a rated R movie, let alone understand it. But I don't know. I don't think it's considered a classic by most people, just because we're older than it, and we're not that old.
Dude, Star Wars 1, 2, and 3 are classics for me.
I don't think they're classic. I think they're good movies. Either way, that's what we've been up to.
Do we need to go into a debate on this? Like, what's the definition of a classic? Is it quality based or is it impact based?
I don't know.
I think it has to be based off like generational almost, where like.
So you're saying different generations consider different things classics?
Yeah. So like for us, yeah, it's a classic movie because it like, I mean, it didn't come out before our time, but like before we could like watch it, I guess. Yeah. But like, I don't know, my dad doesn't consider that a classic. He's like, I remember watching it in theaters like when you were alive. Like that's, I don't know. Like I don't know.
I would consider The Matrix a classic for the impact it had on like.
Oh yeah, like it was revolutionary for movie making at the time.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But like I don't think, as far as movies go, it's under classics. I don't know. I think of classics as like the old movies that like you don't really think about as much, that like not a lot of people have seen. I mean, it's not a lot of people, but
Films.
like Godfather. Yeah, more like films versus movies.
I like foreign films.
I don't watch foreign movies. I watch foreign films. But yeah, like I would say Jurassic Park is a bit closer to a classic.
It's definitely a classic.
And that came out in '93, but it's only 6 years older.
To me, we watched. It's like porn, where it's like you know it when you see it.
Okay.
Classic. Matrix. Classic.
That's an interesting.
Have you guys not heard that quote? That was from it was some Congress hearing or some like court ruling or something where like they were trying to figure out if it was some porn related thing or if it was like a child porn thing, and the judge was like, I know it when I see it. Like I don't have to tell you. Like the actual definition is like pornography is like you just know it when you see it.
I suppose.
Sorry if that just came out of blue.
I was very caught off guard by that.
I was too.
But I also feel like the word classic has been like diminished because I feel like every fucking like kids movie that comes out and you see like the awards trailer, it's like, #1 movie in America, an instant classic. Nothing's an instant classic, okay? That's just a fake thing that people use to drum up hype. It's not a real award or anything like that.
But like, I don't know if we've talked about, but we watched Alien previously, Alien's a classic.
We also watched Aliens.
Aliens, not as good.
You guys are planning to watch all of the Alien.
I feel like they nerfed the aliens a lot.
Okay,
in Aliens.
so Aliens was directed by James Cameron. I just want to throw that one out there instead of Ridley Scott. That's why it's completely different. I think it was James Cameron. I'm pretty sure it was.
Ridley Scott did Aliens?
Alien.
I thought he did all of them.
No.
Oh, so yeah, Ridley Scott was the original.
Ridley Scott only did Alien.
Okay, yeah.
James Cameron, I'm pretty sure it's James Cameron, did Aliens, which is why it is a very different tone. If you have seen them, you would know.
Yeah, they nerf them. Like, Alien is about a single alien, as the title suggests, and he is very strong.
Well, because they don't have any weapons.
Yeah, and they also are weaponless. And then in Aliens, when they
have weapons,
they die so fucking fast because they got these things called guns.
But they're also space marines, so
yeah.
They're like trained soldiers.
Yeah, but they're not trained for a fucking thing that bleeds acid, you know?
No, but they're trained to use a gun.
Is the Terminator a classic? I'm sorry, I'm going back to classics.
Yeah, Terminator 2 is, in my opinion. I think Terminator 2 is the best one.
Okay, it's the best.
The one with the arms, like the freaking scythe arms.
That's what the liquid guy, yeah.
Yeah, that's Terminator. That's Judgment Day.
Okay, you can't just call the best one in the series the classic. If Terminator 2 is a classic, then so is the first Terminator.
I've only seen the first Terminator a handful of times. I've seen Terminator 2 many times more.
Well, it's the way better movie. But
so I don't know if that considers it a classic. I don't know these things.
No.
And then you guys watched Predator without me.
Yeah.
Still upset about that.
What? Fuck you! You were gone for the whole weekend.
So?
What were we supposed to do? Wait for you?
You could have watched a different movie.
Nah.
There's only so many movies, Joseph.
Yeah, you're right.
We were on the classic train.
Dude, speaking of classics, you know what's on Hulu? Top Gun.
Ooh.
I've been planning on rewatching it.
I haven't seen Top Gun.
I've never seen it ever.
Oh my god, you guys gotta watch it. It's
so
super good.
I only know a certain character dies because of Rocket League.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how. Yeah. How is that a Rocket League thing?
Well, because in Rocket League, one of the bots named Goose has a halo on it.
Oh yeah.
And he's got the wing skin. Yeah.
I just saw Brian peeking in on Dayton's shot there.
Fucking rookie. I mean, you don't have a little light that you flip on, a little red light that says on air?
On air.
Dude, that'd be actually dope.
I could freaking whip that up, no problem. Maybe I'll do that.
Next project.
Dayton, have you got any more parts in for your keyboard?
No, project? And that's a surprise.
Wow, fuck you, Jacob.
Wow.
But well, no, I didn't spoil everything. I didn't spoil everything about it. I remember something else that I won't say.
Are you making a keyboard?
I'm thinking about it.
Like the typey ones or the play ones?
The typey ones.
Okay.
Yeah, the typey.
But also,
hold on.
You could make a guitar.
Ooh.
That'd be pretty dope.
One of my friends told me he got a Topre keyboard. Topre?
What's that?
So it's a different kind of switch where it's like half dome, half mechanical. Like it still has a spring, but the actual actuation is like more so from like the dome or the thing, or it's like a rubber. I don't know if it's dome, but they're considered to be the most reliable keyboard. Like the least amount of failures. So that's like what's used in like military situations a lot of the time, and other like government projects. But I've heard a lot of, I don't know, he like told me about it, and then I like researched a bit about it. But it's just a different kind of switch that's like not mechanical, but there's some mechanical I don't know, enthusiasts that call them rubber dome, or like
is it a Buckling spring?
No, it's called Topre, Topre.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's interesting because like I don't when I think of keyboards failing, I wouldn't think of the switches. So I would think of like
Yeah, no.
certain
Well, that's what
amount.
keyboards are rated to is
Yeah.
number of presses. But yeah, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, they're reliable, but for most consumers, like, if you like the sound of them, you know,
Yeah.
So this is
all that's
saying
really
that they're electrostatic capacitive keyboard switches that have the feel of a rubber dome keyboard with all the benefits of a mechanical switch, such as more tactility, less noise, and non-mushy bottom out.
It's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
But part of the reason he got him is he said he's had every kind of like MX switch. So like he's had reds, blues, and browns. He's like, yeah, I just want to try something different. So I guess this guy just like pours through keyboards. You know,
Is he one of those guys that like customizes like individual like keycaps and shit?
I could see it, because he's big into like headphones, like really nice headphones, and like honestly really nice keyboards too. So like I could definitely see it. He actually showed me this subreddit called Mechanical Head Pens, where it's like it's like keyboard, headphones, and pen enthusiasts all in one.
You told me about that one time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like this very niche thing, but it's like really cool because every like so often I see like a picture of like this like custom keyboard and like really nice headphones and like a really cool like fountain pen or some shit. And like I don't know, it's just kind of neat.
See,
But
I'm
like
I'm with it until the pens. Like I just don't.
But
Maybe,
they
maybe I just haven't had a good pen.
keyboard.
Like,
Here's
That's what
the
they
thing.
keep it for, motherfucker.
I have no problem with the pen. I don't care that much about it, but like I don't know, it's neat to see like because some of the people are like custom keyboards or like those weird ergonomic keyboards where they're like the two pieces or like different things like that. It's really interesting and like
I gotta ask Joseph.
a
On the
bunch of different
subreddit,
headphones. Yeah.
Are you allowed to post with anything that doesn't have all three? Do you have
No,
to have?
I think it has to be all three, but it doesn't have to be like I want to make a post of like my Steel Series keyboard and my like shitty Sennheisers and like just like a Pilot G2 and be like it's not much but it's mine kind of shit.
dude, what you need to do is you need to make a mechanical. What did you say? Mechanical head pen jerk.
Ooh.
And then get like a shitty like Dell keyboard, some skull candy over your headphones, and then
on ears.
Or just
Not
earbuds.
even over ears,
Yeah,
on ears.
yeah, on
No, because
ears.
some people post earbuds, like those really nice earbuds.
the
I don't know if you've
studio
seen
like the monitor ones. Yeah.
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 So, like,
Those
buds are
stupid
okay.
expensive.
But yeah, and just like a broken in half shit pencil or something.
Or one of like those Bic pens that
No,
like,
Yeah.
you
you
see
want
like
you want a leaky pen, like one that's clearly leaking on the desk,
One that you like stole from the bank.
or that
A free one you stole from the bank.
it's got a date on it, like
Free-
2015,
free
50th anniversary or some bullshit.
Tara's 20th birthday party.
There we go.
50th birthday party. I don't know where that koozie went. I lost it in the move.
That's too
Disappointing.
That's a
bad.
damn shame. I can't find my koozie either. I was thinking about using it today, but
Dude, if you
Can't-
use a koozie, you're drinking too slow.
Mm-hmm.
Dayton's roommate has a whole collection of koozies in a little wooden box.
Yep.
It's very
You
fancy.
put a lot of emphasis on the word box there.
Well, it's because you see this box in the kitchen, like that's a nice box. Then he opens it, and it's a bunch of koozies. Like, okay, it was very unexpected.
And we don't use koozies.
I think the only time I've used a koozie since the last time I used a koozie was when I was drinking in a park. So it's like I'm not drinking in at least.
I just
some-
put it in a brown bag.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that kind of shit. Where
Dude,
it's like,
that reminds me
everyone knows, but
Dude, back in like
Kid-
middle school, I
Yeah.
went to like a bridge, like this like bridge in the middle of nowhere with some friends, and we filled up water bottles with orange juice, and we put brown bags over them, and we pretended to be homeless people on the bridge.
God damn it, dude.
God, that's some like Midwest small
most-
town bullshit. I love.
Some
Like,
real.
like what? Like why? Like what even? What even like made us think? Oh yeah, this is a good idea. Like we're gonna do this. It's gonna be fun. Like,
That's some hick shit right there. Last thing before we go, I just want a seltzer update from Joseph and Gabe. Have we had any more relations? Are you still drinking seltzies?
Dude, that
Oh,
was
we-
2 weeks ago.
I know. Hey,
We
I see you're
finished
drinking beer
those.
tonight. It made me sad.
I have not thought about buying a seltzie in a while. I am seltzied out.
Yeah.
It was a couple too many, and we didn't even buy all the variety packs that you guys
dude,
did.
I still have a complete
was gonna
drawer
say-
full in the fridge.
Aiden, what's the inventory looking at right now?
I'll send a picture. I'll send a picture later tonight. But it's, dude, I tried to diminish it. What was that, like 2 weeks ago? Not last weekend, but 2 weekends.
My last weekend, we tried to do some damage.
Yeah, and dude, like it just wasn't. It didn't.
How
work.
many White Claws are left? Because didn't you guys get a
I
variety
think we
of?
got rid of all the White Claws.
Okay, gotta get those first out of the way.
Yeah, I think
We
we
just bought
mostly have. Yeah, I think we only have some like Coronas, some press, maybe some Bon Vives. I don't know.
So there's no way that Bumpy was gone.
So that's not too bad. I mean, the Bon Vives aren't the worst when you're not critiquing them, is what I found. Where it's like, if I have one of them, it's like, okay, this isn't the best, but I'm not gonna like resent it.
Yeah.
And like, if I've already had a couple and I have one, I'm not even gonna think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I did some research. There's only one store in this entire 100-mile area that sells press, and it's one of the two Myers. And I went on Tuesday and they were out of stock. So I'm gonna have to keep my eye on that and try to get some press.
I miss buying beer at a grocery.
Yeah, but at least you have Total Wine, which is super nice.
That is
But it is
true.
another stop.
But I
All right.
can't just go to the fucking gas station down the block.
Get a Natty Daddy for 99 cents.
Dude, get 2 Natty Daddies because I got 2 hands.
Yep.
Day before you got on, Joseph and I were talking about how much we miss Econo and Houghton.
Yeah.
God damn, those were the days.
Salad store.
Dude, solid beer selection.
Solid everything.
Produce.
Econo was the best grocery store I've ever been to, and there's never going to be topped.
Another Econo? That's not in
If
Houghton.
Econo was so good, why don't they make Econo too?
But like an Econo that's not in Houghton, so like the produce is actually semi-fresh.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Deal.
so that's our show for this week. Thanks so much for listening. Again, you can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify every Monday. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast, and go follow us on Twitch at EWF_podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.